Ha ha ha! I am back. How is everybody doing? How is you all doing? It's 2026. It's been a couple months since I last did this, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm having a good time. And we got some stuff to talk about today. So let's just see who's in the chat. We've got Against All Odds Productions. We got Christian, the writer, and Jamie, aka me. Hey, Jamie. Like just getting waves, and it got a weird circle of death from one of Against All Odds. It's just a frozen circle of like it's deciding what to do. Maybe you type something there. I don't know. Now I see hey all. I wonder why it froze that. Or maybe you did that on purpose. Let me know if you did that on purpose. You never know. I see stuff like that and I'm like worried that the damn thing is gonna freeze up on me. Because it's happened before. I had a stream just cut off completely after like I think it lasted about 12 minutes and I had to restart it again for one of these shows. So it's like one of the episodes of Merlo's Movie Massacres is like broken into two. It's really weird. It's kind of odd, but stuff happens, technical difficulties. If there's a weird connection, yeah, it's weird that it's showing that. I was in the chat room early is all. Yeah, I see the first wave, but then your second chat is a weird circly thing. I don't know if you see that too. But I see it. That's what I see. All good. All good. As long as it's working. And you guys can hear me okay. I have no idea how I sound. So always let me know if my volume is okay. I'm still using my computer mic, which seems to be good from everything I've heard. So I'm always interested though to know if I sound okay, if I look okay. Lighting is always kind of weird in here, so my lighting is never perfect, but as long as you can see me, right? You guys can see me, right? Okay. I do the best I can with what I got, which isn't much. I'm a lo-fi kind of guy, what can I say? Undead567 is also in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Seeing a lot of emojis and stuff today. Wow, I don't usually see so many emojis. But it's cool though. Against All Odds. Oh! That was an emoji. Oh, that is an emoji. The early, okay. I thought there was something wrong for a second. You guys just trying to trick me today. You guys are like, it's the first stream of 2026. Let's get him good, right? That's it. Let's make sure he's like wondering if there's something wrong. There's always something wrong, guys. Just water. Anyways, I am glad to be back. First stream of 2026, and I hope to reach 100 episodes of Merlo's Movie Massacre. By the time the year ends. I think if you put all the different live streams I've done together, though, it probably equals about 100 by now. So I did another show for a little while, and, I did just some random live streams here and there. So, it's probably close to 100, which is pretty good for me, because I don't do this as a full-time gig or anything. I just kind of do it whenever I can. A few things on the agenda tonight, but, as always, I like to do shout-outs if I can. I still don't have Michelle's stuff for her Breathless Beauties on here. I'm not even sure if she's still doing it, to be honest. I should reach out and see if she is still doing Breathless Beauties, those awesome horror-themed dolls. Shout out, though, to Michelle Blasky at the Third Channel. She just got accepted into the Illinois Horror Film Festival. Which Unseen is also going to be in. I am debating whether I can go or not, because I'm Canadian, and we'll just say that there's some stuff going down down south of me these days, and I'm just like not sure if I should go, but I want to go, because anytime your film is in a film festival, you want to be a part of it. So And it'd be great to see Michelle again, and maybe some other people that I know from the horror community. So I'm definitely going to try to go. But, you know, we'll see what the situation is like and go from there. But congrats to Michelle for getting the third channel into that wonderful festival. And hope to see you there. And, you know, it'd be great to meet all kinds of wonderful people at these film festivals as well. But, you know, we'll see. There's probably going to be other festivals. I entered into some Canadian festivals as well. Always trying to do stuff with Unseen because I want to get the word out there. And in case you guys didn't hear on social media, Unseen is actually available to watch now. It kind of caught me by surprise. The trailer dropping caught me by surprise. I was just scrolling one day and it's like, oh, there's our trailer. And okay, I didn't even know about it. Nobody reached out to me and told me this stuff. And so it was a bit of a surprise, but Unseen is available on, I believe it's, it's Fandango and one other platform that I've never used either of these platforms, but it's just starting on these two platforms. What is the name of the other one? It's let's see if I can see which one it is. Flix Fling. Anybody have Flix Fling? If you have Fandango or Flix Fling, you can watch our movie on that. You can watch Unseen on that. Has anybody actually seen Unseen yet? I'd be curious to know in the chat if any of you have. I'm always kind of curious to know. But anyways, we'll just see what other chats we've got here. But yeah, curious to know if any of you have seen it yet, because it is on those two streaming platforms. And so I have not. Did you get ours into Bleeding Tree one? I can't remember. I may have. Undead 567. It's Eduardo from Facebook. Long time no see. Oh, hey Eduardo, how's it going? It has been a while. We can laugh at it, I hope. I can't remember. laugh at my movie, probably. I don't know. Maybe that's not what you're talking about. I don't know. But I hope we can laugh about a lot of things. I truly do. I really do. Because if you can't laugh, then what fun is that, right? I hope you're not going to laugh at my film. But you might. It is a low budget film, by the way. So you already knew that. It's made for like less than 50 grand. So, you know, it's not perfect by any means. It's not going to be for everyone. That's for sure. Because it is definitely, there's some ambiguity in Unseen. There's some vague storytelling in there where there's stuff that's revealed, but you don't realize it's been revealed because it's revealed in such a vague way that you probably think, oh, that was nothing, but it was actually something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So if you're somebody who likes to have your movies just totally spoon-fed to you, then you probably won't like Unseen, and that's okay. It's not going to be for everyone, you know. I know that, and we've seen it already from some of the festivals we entered. We got some not selected into a few already. So you know, hey, that's okay. It's not a movie for everyone. So, and we totally understand that. But I think we have a fantastic cast. I think we have a pretty good little solid low budget film that you know, if you get a chance to see it, I'd be interested to know if you picked up on some stuff, because there's some stuff to pick up on for sure. We got some new chatters here. Oh, actor Bill D. Russell. I was just praising the cast, and there's Bill D. Russell in the cast. So a lot of plot points are unseen, you're saying. He says, yeah, you might say that. Well, they could be seen, but they could be like in the background a bit, you know? Seen or heard. seen or heard. And it's like, oh, what is that? That's just nothing. One of those things, you think that's nothing, but it's something. And oh, look who else is here. Sarkis back. I hope I'm going to butcher your name. Bakalayan. Am I pronouncing that right, Sarkis? I hope I'm at least pronouncing your first name correctly. Sarkis Bakalayan, who's been on the show before, and Bill's been on it. Bill and Jamie. Boy, we got a few of our cast members in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Always appreciate that. And Marianka Markowicz, who's somebody I've known for a while, lives at least I think you still live in Kelowna, is in the chat as well. Says she's excited for it. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you don't, hey, I'm not going to feel bad. Again, I think if you liked Black Christmas from 1974, you might like this movie. Because it's not a direct copy of it or anything like that, but it has a lot of the same types of the same kind of ambiguity, the same kind of vagueness to the storytelling, and of course we have a killer that you don't see in this movie. So those are the similarities. Definitely heavily inspired, but story-wise, it's very, very different. We'll just say that. But some interesting aspects. And another cast member, Nate Saprican. I hope I'm pronouncing that name. I'm going to butcher all your guys' last names, just so you know. I'm so bad. Is it Saprican or Saprican? I don't know. But yeah, Nate is in our movie as well. And wait a minute, not the Jeff McCarthy. Where is Jeff McCarthy? Is he in the chat? I didn't see. Oh, Against All Odds production is Jeff McCarthy. I think you've been in the chat as that before. Hey, hi, I'm Jeff McCarthy. I'm new. I like that. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't recognize some of your guys' new YouTube handles. Like I didn't recognize Eduardo's, so there you go. There you go. Now I know. Thank you for telling me who you are. It always helps because then I know who I'm talking to. But the actors, I think I got all the actors at least, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at the trailer. Have you guys all seen the trailer to Unseen so far? Has anybody not? Well, we're gonna play it. We'll just play it. How about we just play it? We'll play the trailer right here, and then we can kind of break it down a little bit after. We're not gonna, go too into details, but I'll let you know who everybody is. If you're an actor that's in the chat and you happen to see yourself in the trailer, that's cool. You may or may not be in the trailer. Not every actor made it in, that's for sure. But Bill, you're not in there. Nate, you're not in there. Maybe there's a clip. I don't know. You might be in a shot. We'll see. Sarkis is in a little bit too. So there you go. Anyways, we'll play the trailer. Here it is.
I hope this feeling never ends.
It won't. We're gonna be together forever.
Promise?
I promise.
It's nothing. It's my own issues I have to deal with.
Amy. What are you writing? Tell me this is some kind of bad dream.
I'll just start them when I'm at your place tonight, and I should be over right after your date.
I'm not getting my hopes up, okay? I'm not ready for tonight.
God, Crystal, you are ready. It's been over a year, and Jessica says he's a great guy.
You don't know what it was like with Tyler. I just don't know if I'm ever gonna trust another guy again.
You made promises, Amy. Amy.
There we go. Am I back? That was weird. How was it? Did it work? The audio for whatever reason didn't play on mine, so hopefully it played on your end. But yeah, that's our trailer. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I did see Nate in there. Nate, you are in the trailer, so there you go. How you like that? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Nope, why not? Jamie's not in there. Sorry. Love the news article too. Oh, we're talking about the horrornews.net. Yeah, we had a pretty cool article about us from horrornews.net. If you saw that. What was in the cup? Ooh, very good question. Very good question, actually. That is something that's kind of up to interpretation. You know, a little bit. But we'll just say that it's meant to be sort of a disconnection between reality and illusion, or delusion, I guess you could say in this case. You know, why did this thing freeze now? Oh man, I hope. Am I still live? Oh, well, for whatever reason, this whole thing has just changed so much. Sorry, guys. Trying to make sure my stream thing is working, but it looks like it is. I don't know why that's doing that. As long as you guys can see me, that's all that matters. I might have to just do this just to make sure. I just want to make sure that nothing's going on, because this thing is acting a bit funny right now. This always something new when it comes to doing this. Okay, it looks like I'm going through good. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what you guys are saying. Is he under the bed? I like that. Color looks sharp. Chemistry 100%. Thank you. That's good. Good acting. Great work, guys. Thank you, Jeff. Something magical, I bet. Ooh. The audio worked for. Okay, it's weird when I can't hear it. Because I could hear my intro that I put to this show and everything, but I couldn't hear that. He seems like he is just misunderstood, maybe. Okay. I like all that. This is a movie that's going to raise a lot of questions from people. And that's cool. Isn't it cool? I don't know. It's cool to some people. And that's okay. So we'll just look at the trailer a little bit here. I have to make sure. Let me know if my audio is still going when I have the trailer up on screen here, because I'm going to put the trailer on. I'm just going to use the pause button. Can you guys still hear me while this is playing? Probably, I might not be loud enough. I'll turn down the volume on this. Okay, so we got some pretty cool. It's very wobbly. I guess you could. Oh, it just totally stopped it. My bad. Technology, Steve. Learn to use technology. Okay. Just want to make sure. Let me know if the volume, my voice to the trailer is okay. I just turned the trailer down quite a bit. I don't know if it's enough. Okay, so this whole scene, you can see we kind of did kind of a wobbly look to it. That was all done in post to give it this sort of delusional state. So the whole film is not like this, obviously. This is just a specific scene in the film just to represent that this guy's having some issues. That he's basically losing his mind to an extent, and yeah. So, and what I like in here, you hear the voiceovers. These are just both voice. Well, technically, she's live in the in the phone. That was a video we took from my phone. That's my phone, by the way. We took the video of her running through this park, and it was my voice doing the killer, and also the AD, she's been on the show too, Tanya Keller. She was stepping in as a voice just to sort of guide her through it. But obviously we hear Adam Ginsberg's voice as the killer. These two had never met in person before. They were on a live stream about, I want to say 2 months ago. Together, where they actually met each other face to face, kind of, well, over a podcast for the first time. So the dialogue that's shared between them was recorded separately. Hers was live from that video, and then Adam, when he recorded his, I told him he's got to record it on his phone, and he's got to record it outside in, like, you know, a park or something like that to match, you know, the similar atmosphere. And, you know, I remember Adam questioning me on this, like, you're going to get all this ambient noise, you're going to get all kinds of background noise. I'm like, that's the only way this is going to work, though, that it's going to actually sound like an authentic phone conversation between you two. And I think it sounds pretty good myself, but, you know, that's just me. Yeah, I think it's, you would think that they were there together. There's the wedding ring that we got some stories about that ring, actually. I still have the ring, and so it starts off with a lot of this whole, and that's and this, the painting of her as well. That's our Amy is played by Emily Fraser, who's Canadian, by the way. She's a fellow Canadian, but she lives in Vancouver. And this was not our first project we ever did together. We did a project way back in like 2018. Yeah, it was just it was just one of those 48-hour film festivals. That sounds like it would be difficult, like filming like that for them, a challenge done well. Yeah, I mean, it's easy for me. I just have to make sure they know exactly why it's being done that way. And yeah, for authentic phone audio to sound like authentic phone audio, it just has to be authentic phone audio. That's just all there is to it. So anyways, getting back to this, so there's Amy. Again, I think there's more of her painting, of Emily's painting of her in this movie than she is, but she got quite a lot in the trailer. Let's play this on here. And then we kind of, after this shot, we get to meet our more of our main characters. Excuse me. There's Trinity Chase as Crystal, and that's Zoe Marie Welsh as Stacy. And they're just two friends going to college together, taking a psychology class, and they're just getting out of class and having a chit chat about this and that. And you know, there's some stuff there. There's some stuff there. But, you know, you get an idea of who these characters are. This is obviously mostly about Crystal because she is our protagonist. So, yeah. Oh, what's up, everyone from Nerd King Studios? What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Sorry you can't see me right now because we're watching our trailer a little bit. But anyways, yeah, that's Zoe Welsh as Stacy and Trinity Chase as Crystal. And yeah, and there's Tanya Keller in the background playing like a professor. Great stuff. This just kind of shows some of the trauma that she went through. And there you go. And then you get this date scene. Now that is Roland Keller. I'll just back that up just a little bit so you can see you can't really see him too well from that. That's Roland Keller as Brady. And again, Trinity playing Crystal. Just looks, you know, just a friendly date, you know, getting to know each other. She's writing in her book, and there's somebody watching her. You know what I mean? She's being watched. You know what I mean? And you get some of these interesting shots in the park. Same park that we did Emily's stuff, Emily Fraser's stuff. It's supposed to be the same park, actually. Script wise, it's actually meant to be the same park. So it works well that we use the same park. So there you go. And do you really find out in the movie why it's that park? Maybe not. We'll find out. There's Zoe again as Stacy. In the nighttime now, going outside. Something's going on. Something's going down here, eh? You know. There's Sarkis. Oh boy, he's out. He's out looking for something. What's going on there, Sarkis? What are you looking for? Oh. So it is still more. There's a Katerina Kramova as Jessica. She's one of our main cast as well. And there they are. There's Trinity and Jessica together, and there's Trinity throwing something. Oh, so much you don't get. It is still pretty teaser trailer-ish, other than you get to know the main characters a little bit. Trinity, you get to know her character as Crystal a little bit more. And I think that's kind of cool. I just don't want to give away too much in a trailer. There's Sarkis again to end the trailer, opening the trunk of a Mustang. Anyways, there you go. Any questions about any of those shots? Do you have any? I'm always eager to hear what you guys think. What maybe you suspect from some of the stuff you saw. I'm always interested to know what your thoughts are. When seeing something like a trailer like this. It's very, again, you don't get everything. It's still pretty teaserish, other than you get to know the main characters a little bit. You get a little bit. Just wanted to give you a little bit, so you can understand what kind of characters these are to an extent. But you don't really get a lot of story from that, and I was very much not wanting to give away a lot of story, because again, this is a movie that's easily spoiled. We can say that. So hopefully you got some good nuggets in there. Teresa Cobb made it. Hey, Teresa. Sarkis, happy to see yourself in, I'm guessing. He says yay. Let's see what else you guys are saying. The geometric shirt is kind of cool on the fella in the background. I'm not sure which fellow that is. I'll have to check that out. Who are they? What are they looking at? Why are they there? Ooh, who knows? Maybe it means something. Maybe it doesn't. It's that kind of movie where you might have to look at people in the background doing something. Geometry, you noticed it. If you pay attention to details, you might pick up on some things in this movie. And if you don't feel bad. If you watch this movie and you're freaking confused, don't feel bad. You won't be the only one. It's my way of just, I don't know, man. I don't like to give stuff away. I don't like to just give it to you. I'll give you something. Give you stuff, but you still got to pay attention for it. It's there, but you got to pay attention for it. Hey everyone, says Teresa Cobb. Hey Teresa Cobb, how are you doing? The trailer teases the plot and suggests tension and stalker vibes, which is that's kind of what this is. There's more to it, obviously, but that's it in a nutshell. You want to get that sort of, you want to get what kind of movie this is. So should we just call this a teaser? We could. Some people would definitely classify it more of a teaser rather than a full trailer. But this is the all the trailers you're getting, guys. I just don't like giving stuff away. Will there be blood? There's a little bit. I'll say that it's, again, this is very much in the vein of the original Black Christmas. and even a little bit Halloween. Heard some of the music in there that has some Halloween vibes. In fact, I even had to discuss with my lawyer to know whether they thought that that was maybe too close to one of John Carpenter's compositions from Halloween, because some of that music does sound very Halloween ish, but it's different. It has similar structures to a lot of music in Halloween, but it is different that it wouldn't get me into trouble. But yeah, different enough. But and that's the only piece in the entire. It's in one scene in the movie, but Joe wanted to put that in the trailer, so I let him put it in the trailer. I understand why. It's kind of cool. It definitely does sound very Halloween, but yeah, I mean, if you think about the original Halloween, it's probably comparable to that as far as blood-wise goes. There's about that much. So not a lot. It's if you're going, like I've said this many times, if you're going into this expecting a bloodbath, if you're expecting the next Terrifier film, you will be disappointed. It's not that kind of film. Even Texas Chain Saw Massacre, it's not even at that level of gore. Like the original Texas Chain Saw Massacre is not a gory film. It's not. But I would still say the original Texas Chain Saw Massacre has more blood in it than this movie does. More than this. It does have some. But also keep in mind, we did not actually have an SFX artist on set. Okay, we had an SFX artist who did some stuff behind the scenes in the pre-production stages, we'll say that, but he was not actually on set. So all the blood and stuff, my wife actually did some of it. My wife did a great job. So a lot of the blood effects that we do have were done by my wife, and I think one of our hair girls did some of it. I think one of them did it. I think maybe even one of our actors did a little bit. It's not a lot. It's not. We're talking like some cuts, some bruises. We had some bruises. There's no blood and bruises, but there's some wounds here and there. It's not a lot. Not a lot. You're not going to see blood just squirting out everywhere. Not that kind of film. It's about darkness, grittiness, tension. Suspense. That's what kind of movie this is. I know. I hope it works for you. I sure do. Anyways, moving on here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the trailer. If you have any other segue, I feel it. There you go. That's great. Not Terrifier level of blood. And it's funny since we were talking Terrifier. I mean, and again, if you guys like the Terrifier movies, great. But even the SFX artists we worked with on this film, Tom Smith of Sick and Twisted, said, hey, he thinks that the SFX on Terrifier aren't that great, really. So I know nothing about SFX. It looked pretty bloody to me and pretty gory, and sawing the woman in half. That's pretty intense. But to me, they showed too much on that. But yeah, he even said he didn't think it was that well done. But yeah, subtlety, guys. Subtlety with this film. And subtlety in the storytelling, too. So you guys got to be ready for, I tried to give stuff away in the simplest possible ways I could without feeling like it's being forced down your throat. Like we're just, spewing a bunch of exposition about, plot points and stuff. It has to all feel like it belongs in the film. And, definitely pay attention. That's all I can say. Definitely pay attention when you watch this movie. Okay, let's move on, guys. Oh, and as far as Unseen releasing bigger goes, I've been told, I haven't been given an official release date yet as far as when it's going to hit platforms like, what platforms? You mentioned Tubi, I know that. Tubi, Fossum, Zumo, Hoopia. A lot of those, it's going to be on those ones. in late March, probably. So I have Tubi at least. So if you, I've heard good things about Fossum, but I've never used Fossum before. So if you have, let me know. It's Fossum. But yeah. All right, moving on. Well, let's get to the Texas Chain Saw Massacre stuff. Have you guys heard about all this? Have you guys heard about all the news regarding Texas Chain Saw Massacre lately? I hope you have. For those of you who are new to this channel, by the way, and if you are new to this channel, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, there's our buddy. Hey, there's our buddy Brian Roth, just in time. SoCal Leatherface. There he is. Thanks for tuning in, man. But yeah, if you are fairly new to this channel, I started doing this show when I was promoting my Texas Chain Saw Massacre fan film, when I was just starting the Indiegogo and all that kind of stuff, crowdfunding for that movie. So that's why I'm doing this show still. That's why I've done 88 episodes of this show, and I've always tried to, talk Texas Chain Saw Massacre stuff whenever I could. And, we've covered a lot of topics regarding Texas Chain Saw Massacre. So, loved it. What a fun production. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's why I started this channel. That's why I started, well, not the channel. I've had the channel actually for a long time. I think I started this channel over 10 years ago anyways. I would say probably 2014. Let's say like 12 years ago I started the channel, and it was at the time it was just I just posted. Anybody ever seen that unicorn in Banff thing? It was kind of a viral video, and I did a parody of it. If you go all the way back to the very first video on this channel, it's still there. I did a parody of it with a blue heron, and it was a pterodactyl in Kelowna. So you guys can check that out if you so want to. And that's when I started. I wasn't doing much with the channel for a while, and then when I got to doing SAWYER Massacre, I thought I should really try to focus on doing some live stuff, and that's primarily what I do is live stuff. I don't put a lot of videos out except for like trailers and promo stuff, but Texas Chain Saw Massacre was really why I started this channel. So anytime there's something to talk about Texas Chain Saw Massacre, I'm going to talk about it. I know that was kind of a long explanation there, folks, but whatever, right? Hey, just in case you haven't been here long enough, you can go all the way back to Merlo's movie Massacre 1, and boy, does it probably look different, different. I was using my phone back then. This is a computer camera. This is a webcam. These Macs got decent webcams though, so I'm okay with using it. It's not the greatest, but hey, not bad. Actually, I was using my webcam on my old computer when I first started doing this show. Quality is not good on that. You can look back at that, and the quality is pretty poor, but that's okay. That aside, it's never been about like having a super high quality, awesome looking show. It's about, chatting with you guys and, talking to people who are as passionate about horror films and Texas Chain Saw Massacre as I am. So that's what this is all about for me. So there's new story here about, it's not even that new anymore. I'm actually late to the game. This is at least a couple weeks old now. But, and I think the thing I got here, I believe it's from the Hollywood Reporter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Hollywood Reporter. Texas Chain Saw Massacre series in the works from A24. Glenn Powell, Long Walk writer J.T. Molnar. Okay, let's talk about this. I know who Glenn Powell is. I've seen a couple things with him in it. So I'll actually read some of this stuff here from the Hollywood Reporter. Of course, I get these stupid things in here. Let's see what we got here. The indie studio is also developing a new film based on the long-loved horror franchise. So they're doing a film too, I guess. After a competitive bidding situation that unfolded over the past few months, A24 has landed rights to the next take on the horror franchise that dates all the way back to 1974's Texas Chain Saw Massacre, which introduced the world to Leatherface and his murderous family. The indie studio will first tackle a series based on the franchise with Glenn Powell among the executive producers and the long walk ready JT Molnar attached to direct. Powell is noted he will only have a producing role in the project and isn't slated to appear on screen. The EPs for the series project are Roy Lee and Stephen Schneider. I don't know who any of these people are. Image Nation's Ben Moss Powell and Dan Cohen of Barnstorm and Exerbia Films Kim Henkel. So that's the creator, co-creator, I guess you'd say, of Texas Chain Saw Massacre and Exerbia Films, who co-wrote the original and produced several of the franchise's subsequent entries. Exerbia's Ian Henkel and Pat Cassidy will produce. Okay, I never know how much involvement Kim Henkel or Ian Henkel is really going to have. Probably not a ton, but whatever. The same producing team, along with Image Nation, are also in early development on a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Molnar isn't involved with the movie project. I've said, this is coming from his mouth, I take it. I've said publicly that I'm not interested in remaking perfect films. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a perfect film. Well, I'll disagree with that a little bit. It's a near perfect film. I call it because I don't believe in perfect. That's just me. Sorry, guys. Where was I? Is a perfect film. Molnar said in a statement, director and co-writer Toby Hooper and Kim Henkel created something bold, transgressive, and truly something seminal that holds up even today as the gold standard for horror. When the opportunity for a long-term exploration into this world arose, I saw it as a fresh way in, as well as a way to honor the existing folklore. I can't imagine better partners for this approach than A24. This is truly an honor. Okay. Lot there. Interested to hear your guys' thoughts. I'll give my thoughts. But, what do you guys think of hearing all this? JT Molnar, I don't really know his work, I'm going to be honest. A lot of those names there, I don't know. I know Glenn Powell. I've seen a couple things he's done. I didn't see the new Running Man movie that he did yet. I've heard it was not the greatest. I did see that I think it was an Apple TV series or a Netflix series called Chad Powers. It's kind of cute. Kind of got a Mrs. Doubtfire sort of thing going on there with that show. Interesting, not bad. I mean, I'm not totally in love with it either, but it's not bad. It's something I can watch. But this is interesting news. A24. I've liked a lot of the stuff they've put out, not everything, so maybe there's some hope there. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's see, when is this series taking place? 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, or is this all new standalone? See, that's a good question, sir. That is a pretty darn good question, I gotta say. I don't know. We don't have these kind of details yet. Now, I will say this, though. There is potential for something good with the TV series. There is potential. And I see why they're going this route. They're also talking about doing another film, too, which is, but... Oh, there's a but. There's potential to make something good, but there's probably more potential to make something not so good, guys. Let's be honest. We've been burned many times. I'll try to be optimistic. I have a hard time seeing a good way to do a series set in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre universe. Honestly, if they're trying to do like some sort of big story around the Sawyer family, I don't think that'll work personally. If that's where they're going with this, if they're really going to focus on Leatherface and his family and try to give you more more story about them, I don't know. I'm of that school personally that feels like if you know too much about these people, these characters that are meant, are scary, they become less scary when you know too much about them. When you got too much, So, that's. I mean, I was careful in the Sawyer Massacre in that way. I didn't want to feel like I was giving. It wasn't an origin story. Sawyer Massacre was definitely not an origin story of the Sawyer family, and I think some people, knowing it's a prequel, thought that was what it was going to be. And I always tried to promote it as it is not an origin story, blah blah blah. But only so many people hear that. You guys on this on this live stream will hear me say that. But yeah, I mean, if they go that route, it's gonna be probably a pass for me. It's probably not gonna be something I'm going to care a heck of a lot about. It's not that doesn't necessarily mean I think it'll be bad, but it probably won't be for me, and that's okay. But is there ways to do it where where a series could be good? Yeah, I mean, there are ways, but again, I think you have to try to not give too much of of the family. You almost center it around, the FBI, like investigating it or something like that. Try to build characters there that are looking for this Sawyer family. If you're doing a sequel or something like that, if it takes place after the events of the first movie, something like that, do it as a direct sequel. I don't know. Do it as a directly following the events of the original film, and show the police getting involved. Show do things that are going to, I don't know, that are not going to give us too much of that family and give us too much info. Give us too much backstory. Because I think that's where you can go wrong with this. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying. That's my personal thought. I fear that they're going to do something like that. I feel like they're going to go like full blown origin story on the Sawyers, but I could be wrong. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Jeff from Against All Law Productions says, I worry about the series having quality with a storyline, different writers, different ideas, etc. Too many chefs in the kitchen, cooks in the kitchen, whatever kind of thing. A24 gives me hope. Yeah, I've liked a few things that A24 put out. I believe that A24 was behind that Hell House, if I'm not mistaken. And I quite enjoyed that. I saw that a few months ago, and I talked about that, I think, on my last stream, how much I actually kind of enjoyed that, even though it's got, I'm never a big supernatural elements kind of guy, and that had some supernatural elements to it, but ultimately it was pretty cool. Let's see. I've heard some things. Okay. Teresa Cobb says, yes, the new Running Man is okay. Is on Paramount Plus. Okay, I haven't seen it. I've heard mixed things on it, so I don't know what to say. I know it's supposed to be more faithful to the book, so than the Arnold Schwarzenegger version. I've only seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, and I never read the book. I'm one of those guys. I don't read a lot of the books, and I know that a lot of movies take a lot of liberties, and I know the Arnie movie took some liberties, but I still kind of enjoy the Arnie version of The Running Man for what it is. But it's I can see why, because this is a Stephen King novel. I know Stephen King is under a different pseudonym or whatever, but Stephen King doesn't like bad adaptations of his work. He's had a few that he did not agree with. I know that. We're looking at you, Lawnmower Man. You got to make the sequel to Lawnmower Man instead now. That pruning shears guy. I think Stephen King would approve. Okay. All right. But anyways, guys, it's news. I don't know what we'll get. I always try to remain optimistic. I do want something good for Texas Chain Saw Massacre. Again, A24, not everything A24 has put out has been great though either, right? So, but they have put out some stuff that I've liked. So I'll try to remain optimistic. I think it's very tough to make a series for Texas Chain Saw Massacre work. I think it'll either be awesome or it'll be terrible. I don't think there's going to be a lot of in between on that. Personally, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's either going to be awesome or crap, garbage, doggy poop. But we'll see. I'll give it a chance. I had a feeling they were going to announce a TV series. I'm like, I do see, but I feel like there's a lot of room for error. Anyways, there is a lot of room for error. I didn't want to just talk about that as though, guys. I have one other thing I want to talk about. Because I think it was the last show I did. I mentioned that I can't even remember what it was regarding, but I know that the Resident Evil franchise came up, and for those of you guys who know me, I'm not a zombie horror movie guy. I've never been a zombie guy, but I do love that original Resident Evil video game, just the original. I've played the others, and I don't know, they lack a certain something. They lack a certain Spencer Mansion for me, which I feel like that's the name Resident Evil really comes from, personally. Originally I think that's what it did, Resident Evil, but it gets expanded. And I don't blame the other games and stuff like that for expanding on that further and going into the whole Raccoon City and all that kind of stuff, and but really it's that first game to me that I love. So we're going to talk about this news because somebody had mentioned it last time I did a stream that they are rebooting it again. So I do want to talk about this a little bit as I've done some research on it. Resident Evil reboot. This was from Screen Rant. Zach Krieger, he's the guy that did Barbarian and that new movie Weapons. Did anybody see that movie Weapons? I haven't seen Weapons yet. I've seen Barbarian. I know it was a pretty popular film. I personally didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I'm kind of in the middle on it. I was like, I was thinking it would be better kind of thing, but I don't know. What did you guys think of that? And I've heard a lot of good things about Weapons too, but I haven't seen that one yet. So interested to know what you guys thought of that. We got one more chat about this. So let's just see. If A24 reached out and asked you to work with them on a series, how would you react to that? I in a heartbeat, Jeff. In a heartbeat, I would say yes. I'm there. Just because, it's my opportunity to work on an official Texas Chain Saw Massacre project. I would beg for a movie instead of a series, but, I wouldn't turn it down. Anyways, getting back for this. Weapons was a miss for me. Teresa Kopp said Weapons was okay, so we got an okay and a miss for me. Yes, a miss for sure. Okay, so, I know a lot of people liked Weapons. I haven't seen it, so I can't judge yet. I don't really know what it's about. So I'm going in. I haven't even seen a trailer to it. But I'm just looking at this article here. And I saw this Zach Krieger guy. Is it Kreger or Krieger? I don't know. Zach Krieger. It looks like Kreger. Is making his way to Raccoon City for his next feature film, but star Callie Reyes, who I don't know who that is. I've looked at the cast for this. We got Paul Walter Hauser, who I know. I don't know a lot of. I've seen some of his work. I haven't seen a ton. Austin Abrams, I've heard the name, but I can't think of if I've seen him or not. Zach Cherry, Callie Reyes, and Jono Wilson. Looking at Jono Wilson's IMDb photo, I would think he would make a good Albert Wesker if we're talking Resident Evil. But just from looking at his photo. But the rest of these people, I'm like, where do they fit in? Are these like all new characters in that they're just created? They're scrapping the original characters from Resident Evil and just creating their own thing, kind of like they did with Alice. And you know, they had the original characters to an extent in those movies with Mila Jovovich, but you know, and they weren't my thing either. I didn't really care much for those films. Again, it just went very different than what I'm looking for. Anyways, getting back to this article, in the wake of his success with Barbarian and prior to the viral hit Weapon, Kreger was announced to be the co-writer and director of the next Resident Evil movie reboot, collaborating with John Wick vet Shay Hatton. Reyes is part of the star-studded cast. Star-studded, I've never heard of most of these people, but you know, he's put together for the new film, which also includes a weapons reunion with Austin Abrams and Paul Walter Hauser and Zach Cherry. Were they all in Weapons? All three of those actors, I'm guessing? Okay. Now in an interview with Screen Rant's Crosnan for the upcoming sci-fi action movie Mercy, Reyes offered some insight into Kreger's approach to his Resident Evil adaptation, praising the reboot as being a continuation of great filmmaking that he's displayed in prior projects. The star went on to tease that the film will be his version of the game's origin story rather than direct translation of Raccoon City tragedies. She said, I will say for the Resident Evil fans, especially people who are gamers, his crack at an origin story, his version of this is amazing. I think you guys are going to be blown away by his imagination, his ideas, and this kind of comedic kind of journey through this crazy wild time in this Resident Evil story. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I'll leave it there, guys, because I personally am not feeling it. I saw this guy in an interview, Zach Kreger, too, and he was like, I don't really have to think about what I'm... He said something like that in this interview. So with this, it's not like Weapons or Barbarian where I have to put a lot of thought into the script and stuff like that. And I'm like, I think you should. But again, for me, guys, I don't know. Yeah, comedic, hey? I don't know. I mean, the game did have its comedic moments. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Yeah. But it was bad comedy. I mean, let's face it, the acting the voice acting, I guess you would say, in the original PS1 Resident Evil game was pretty bad. But the atmosphere of the game, though, I mean, is that's what captures it. Guys, I'm not feeling it. I want them to make a good Resident Evil movie. I really do. And again, I'm not a zombie guy. It's, for me, the star of Resident Evil is the Spencer Mansion. You get that movie to the Spencer Mansion and give me a good Jill Valentine, man. Give me good Jill. Give me some Jill. Jill is my main character. For me. Not Leon or Claire. None of those. No, it's Jill. But we'll see what we get. We'll just see what we get. I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts in there? Yeah, comedic. Are you guys Resident Evil fans? Are you guys fans of the games? I never really got too far into the games. Just really played the first one and a little bit of a couple of the other ones. So I'm not the big hardcore fan like some people are, that, you know, a lot of people just swear by Resident Evil 2. And I think that's what they tried to do with that last reboot, was make it sort of a combination of the first game and the second game, but leaned more heavily into the second game rather than the first, and I think that's where, I don't know, it goes off a little bit for me there, folks. I mean, I don't know. I just want to see a movie that's really grounded into the Spencer Mansion, and you know, don't follow it exactly like the game, but you know, have a lot of the similar things. You know, it's more about the layout of that mansion. I think you build that Spencer Mansion and you really explore it. You know, where you get that feeling when you're opening a door, what the hell's behind it? You know, like the game really did that well. You know, it's interesting because I feel like that's what was scary about it, not the zombies and monsters and, you know, the giant snake and all that kind of stuff. You know, that was in that game. It was the creepiness of it, all the different areas of that mansion, you know. Anyways, guys, that's just my take. I don't have a lot of hope for this, but, you know, of course I'll watch it. I'll probably do a trailer reaction at some point, but I'm not going to, I'm not getting my hopes up. I really would like a good Resident Evil movie, but, you don't always get what you want, right? Anyways, guys, that's all I want to talk about. If you guys have any questions for me about anything that we've discussed today, or anything else horror related, preferably, you know, if it's Texas Chain Saw Massacre, if it's about Unseen, if it's about Resident Evil, if it's about Dawn of the Dead, or anything like that, you know, feel free to ask some questions or not, you know. What Teresa Cobb says, I didn't really play the games, but the fact that the director isn't taking it too seriously does not impress me at all. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I didn't like the way he expressed himself. This was just one interview I saw. It didn't seem like he really cared that much. Personally, I don't know. It definitely doesn't give me hope. So it sounds like it's going to be more of an action comedy, and I think it needs to be more of a suspense thriller kind of thing. But you know, all good. Thanks for the show. Sorry I was late. No problem, Teresa Cobb. Glad you could make it on. It's always a pleasure to chat with you and everybody else that was in the chat tonight. Jeff from Against All Odds Productions, Brian, SoCal Leatherface, Sarkis was here, Nerd King Studios was in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Jamie Hill, a lot of the cast members that were in the chat. I don't know if they still are, but hey, there you go. Eduardo, who else was in the chat? Bill. Yeah. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. And hopefully we'll get another show going on very soon. Thanks, Marianka. And yeah, feel free to reach out anytime and expect to see Unseen dropping on some of those other streaming platforms. Late spring, late March, I should say. At least that's what I've been told. Again, I haven't been given an official date, but you can see it now on FlixFling and what was the other one again? Fandango. Yeah, just so you guys know, go check it out. Go check it out, and tell me what you think. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Again, if you don't like it, you're not going to hurt my feelings, because I know that this movie's not made for everyone. It's definitely going to have an audience, but, you know, not everybody will like it, and that's okay. It's far different than SAWYER Massacre, that's for sure. But I'm proud of it. So hopefully you guys like it. But yeah, go check it out if you can. On those streaming platforms, and we'll be in touch real soon. I almost forgot. Before I go, I'm going to be maybe next live stream I do, we're gonna be doing a fun new game, a great new game with fabulous prizes to be won. Not really. I don't really have any prizes, but we'll still have fun playing the game. The prize for the winner will just be like a shout out or something like that. Maybe we'll get to a point where we'll add some sort of prize. But man, it's like, what do I do for prizes now? Because my movies are all made. And, well, there'll be another movie, I'm sure. I'm already thinking about the next movie, but we'll see what we do with that, one step at a time. But we're gonna play a fun game. Fandango and Flix Fling is where it is right now. Thanks for the info. Yeah, Fandango and Flix Fling, and then when it's out on the other stuff, it's Tubi, Fossum, Zumo. I think it's Zumo, X Umo, whatever, and Hoopia is what is mentioned there, and could be other ones too. I hope. We'll see. But I mean, I have Tubi. I don't have those other ones, but yeah. So look for it on those though, and you can look for it now on Fandango and Flix Fling. All right, guys. You guys have been awesome. Well, you guys take her easy. Have yourselves a good weekend. Weekend starts tomorrow, so you guys have fun. Don't drink too much. Don't party hardy, Marty. Within reason, at least. And we'll see you next time. Thank you guys all for tuning in. You guys are awesome.